This week, 81 years ago, in late February of 1943, the lights went out in St. Louis. It was the city's second blackout drill since the start of World War II. And while it wasn't likely that enemy bombers would ever reach this far into the middle of the country, it was part of the national war effort that everyone would be ready.
No city, village, or single house in all America can be considered safe so long as it shows a light which can serve as a beacon for enemy bombers.
In St. Louis City and County, the word went out. At 9:58 that night, sirens and whistles would be sounded, and at 10, all lights in homes, businesses, streetlights, traffic lights, headlights, all had to be turned off. Even cigarettes had to be put out for 20 minutes. And phone lines were to be kept clear for emergency calls only during and for 30 minutes after the drill. In our 2007 documentary, Homefront St. Louisans who were children at the time remembered those nights.
Is this the real thing?
I never understood what the air raids were about. My mom would say, okay, we got to close all the blinds and turn out all the lights. And we'd sit out on the front porch, and my mom would say, I can't even smoke.
But wait a minute. What's wrong over here? Looked all right from the inside, but that strip of light might be a good guide for a bomber.
People took this seriously. After all, men and women were serving and dying overseas, and this was something you could do at home. And thousands volunteered to observe and enforce the blackout as part of the Citizens Defense Corps.
And my dad was going around the block, and he was the air raid warden, and I peeked out the window, and he said, cover those windows. And we knew when he opened his mouth, he meant what he said.
The mayor and civil defense officials went to the top of the civil courts building that night to see how the city did. And it did well. 99% success in turning out the lights. 3 people were arrested for violating what was now a blackout ordinance. There was strict enforcement and peer group pressure, but you can't discount the other important factor, patriotic duty. This week in St. Louis history, 81 years ago.